Well. Good morning. It is February 1st. Can you believe it? It is February already. Already. You know what? To be honest, January didn't seem like short. It just seems super, super long because you're coming like off that like holiday lag or whatever, where in December everything is kind of laid back, work is laid back, whole bunch of treats, you're shopping, just living recklessly. And now January, you're like back to being a responsible adult and things like that. So it is February. Like, how was your January? Were you able to accomplish some of the things that you want to accomplish in January? I know me, I was just getting my feet wet, just warming up the gears, and I'm ready to go. So, I do feel like January was really productive just to get myself in the mindset for some things, and I was very consistent like I wanted to be. So I feel like January was a real successful month. You know what I'm saying? So excuse me. I don't know. My throat is acting real crazy. I don't know where you're at, but if you're anywhere in the Midwest, be careful. There's about to be a snowstorm. Go to the grocery store, stock up on all the food, all the water, whatever you need to survive during these couple of days. It is supposed to snow hard here where I am, I think tomorrow and Thursday. So I'll be nice and cozy and snuggled into my home for the next 2 days. So I'm going to get ready for that today. Yes, today. But it is morning. It's morning. Yes, bright early in the morning. And I don't know if you remember yesterday when I was trying to find that video about Nick Cannon and the reason why he started having all of these children. And I'm like, I was wrecking my brain during the show yesterday. Like, I know I seen that video. So I couldn't let it go. So I looked it up last night and I found it. It was a interview that he did with Howard Stern. And so let's get into it. Yeah. I keep forgetting this is audio, so I probably should keep talking sometime because it gets all quiet and awkward. Come on, computer. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do it. Okay, 1 second. My computer is freezing. I don't even know if you can hear me now. Ah, no. Okay. I want to close that. Wait a minute. What is going on? Is there any way that I can just exit out? Oh, it's gonna close everything. Ah. Okay, I am back and I have no idea what happened. Now it has me on the side over here and I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to stop and start over. Because right now it's not letting me. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Thanks for your patience. I don't know what that was. I had no idea what that was. That's weird. Okay, let's get into Nick Cannon. All right. And all right. I don't know what happened, but let's keep going. The show must go on. Let me unmute it. And this is an interview that Nick Cannon did February 9th, 2017. So this is right around the way that he started having his wave of children.
I was in the hospital over Christmas, which fucking sucked.
Yeah, let's talk about that. This is
Yeah.
this lupus thing again, right?
Yeah.
Are you working too much still? Are you going at it too hard in life?
Everybody says that. You've been saying that for years. When you experience near-death situations
Yes.
or life-threatening situations, it's honest, it's real. I feel like, yo, I'm running out of time. And every time I think I'm doing good, then I gotta go back to the fucking hospital. And
Do you fear
I
death?
almost died this time, the blood clots and shit. I don't fear it. I welcome it. I got to a space now where it's like, that's just, it's probably gonna happen. I'm probably gonna die sooner than most people. And because that's what the doctor said. But I'm living life like,
now what did the
like
doctor?
fuck, I might die in the morning, so let's fuck all night. Like,
Nick, what did the? Yeah, right. Well, now you got a point. The doctors.
Why wear condoms? I'm not
bored.
But that's the thing. I understand that you're living day by day, but I think when I watched this with another commentator, they were like, okay, you realize that you're gonna die, so you're just living vicariously and just having not living vicariously, but living carelessly or carefree, so to speak, and having all of these children. But what happens when, if something does happen to you, now all of these children are like fatherless. So let's keep going.
tomorrow.
But Nick, the doctors have said to you, Nick,
When it gets serious.
could you die a very young man? Could you die like in your 40s?
Yeah.
So they're predicting that this will progress?
This is what you gotta realize. Like, the 5 blood transfusions was because, like, if they didn't do that, I would have died.
Yeah.
The blood clots from the last time I was in the hospital, the doctor literally said to me, I don't understand how you're still alive.
Oh.
Like, you have
I didn't know it was that
blood,
serious.
you have 2 blood clots in your lung and 1 in your heart, like that. Like,
Oh my God.
But
like,
Nick, what if the doctors are wrong and now you're a 90-year-old man with 100 kids? Because you lived your
that's
life.
fucking amazing. They're like Job from the Bible.
You said, wait, I was supposed to die in my 40s, and now I got 100 kids. I'm bankrupt.
So I remember seeing that. So there was some pushback on that because it was just kind of like, okay, we understand, you have a reality with your mortality. However, you're having all of these children. If something does happen to you, then what? Then what? Then they don't have that support, that paternal support, from you because you passed away. So, a lot of people felt like he should have just, appreciated the kids he had. But then again, you can't tell people what to do with children, but I feel that, like what I said yesterday, that maybe it is just a way um, for him to kind of just make himself immortal, because he'll have all these children who will have children who will have children and who will have children. And I guess that is pretty biblical. This person begot this person and that person begot this person. So I don't know. To each his own. But I just wanted to share with you guys the video that was killing me because I knew I had seen it somewhere. So what are your thoughts about that? All right, so let's get into today's topic. I mean, that kind of was today's topic, but I just wanted to piggyback on that. So I saw this meme and I thought it was just like really important to talk about because we don't really talk about men's mental health. Like normally when we're talking about mental health, it's kind of surrounded around like women, make sure you take care of yourself and make sure you find that time to nurture yourself. And I don't really see many things regarding like mental health in men, Um, I have this book, which is the next book after the book I read, that is about like eating disorders, male eating disorders. And I really love my friend Jason Wood wrote it. And I'm really excited about it because you don't really get to delve into the mind of like depression and eating disorders and things when it comes to men. So to the meme, it says when Tyrese had a mental breakdown online in regards to not seeing his daughter in 2 years, people laughed at him and he became a meme. That is so true. When Kanye West had a mental breakdown on TV, people called him crazy and he too became a meme. When he had that breakdown, I think he realized that he did have bipolar disorder, which is not crazy. It is a disorder. It's not crazy. The third one, the world watched Will Smith listen to his wife tell him live that she had an affair. People laughed at Will. He too became a meme. Yes, and I remember seeing this when Jada Smith was talking about Pinky Smith was talking about like entanglement and the look on his face, and everybody was so engrossed in what she was saying and making fun of what she was saying that I feel like a lot of people missed the look on Uncle Will's face. And I was just like, Uncle Will, this just is embarrassing for him to even have to talk about. Even if, they do have like intimate details about their marriage that everyone is just kind of wary about, yet and still that's their business. And now the fact that you have to come live and kind of like talk about this in the public and people looking at you like, it's embarrassing. And I don't think this was something he really wanted to talk about, because you see the look on his face. That is probably the most irritated I've ever seen Will Smith not in a movie. Okay, and then the next one is, yet folks wonder why men don't open up about mental health. They don't, because if a man cry, it's like they're a wimp. If they complain too much, then no one takes them serious. And I feel like that is the upbringing. Like when little girls are raised, and I always go back to upbringing, because we what we do today is what we learned yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So when you're growing up, little girls, you get to cry, you get to express your emotions. But men is like, toughen up, you're a boy. Boys don't cry. But boys do need to cry. Men do need to cry. How many men, that if they just would have cried or had an outlet, wouldn't be so angry? You know what I'm saying? Or when they come home from work, like how hard will it hurt to say, hey honey, how was your day? Let's talk about your day, because they have emotions too. They have insecurities too. They have defeated thoughts too. You know what I'm saying? The world is on their shoulders, especially with a black man. Like it's just they call it this a microaggression, but it's a macroaggression to be afraid to go out there and not know if you're going to return home. Men have a lot on their shoulder. They have their families on their shoulders, and even the ones who claim to like be moochers and things of that sort. There was a time where maybe they were ambitious and it just didn't work out and they just gave up. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the origin of anyone's story, but who's trying to find anything that's going on in that story? And I feel like men need that attention as well. You know what I'm saying? They need someone to delve into what's going on in their mind. What do they want to do? Their goals, their aspirations. It's expected to say, hey, the man needs to take care of me. Yeah, but who's taking care of the man? You know what I'm saying? And it's not in the aspect of like paying bills and, the scrub. I don't know what they call it now. Sorry, I'm going to use what I know. But like, the scrub or whatever. Yeah, I get that. But there are some strong men out there that are just like struggling. And men commit suicide too, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like we need to pay more attention to the mental health when it comes to men. Like we need to pay more attention to their mental health. And yeah, so I did find some really neat statistics, because I am a statistic freak. I just love statistics about mental health, mental health for men. So so it's saying that 6 million men are affected by depression each year. And that looks like a small percentage when it says the U.S. male population is like, look, I'm 151 something million. I think that is still a large amount. You know what I'm saying? It says 1 in 5 adults experience a mental problem each year. Some serious mental illness costs America $193 billion in lost earnings each year, meaning people, excuse me, people can't, go to work, and people can't go to work and function, you know what I'm saying, because they can't think properly, they're sad, just all types of things. Let me mute this for a minute, 1 second. Sorry, I feel like something is in my throat. I don't know what's going on. I think my body is still adjusting to waking up this early, right? The 5 major mental health problems that affect men. Number 1 is depression. Over 6 million men suffer from depression each year. Male depression often goes undiagnosed. Men are more likely to report fatigue, irritability, loss of interest in work or hobbies, rather than feelings of sadness and worthlessness. Anxiety. Approximately 19.1 million American adults ages 18 to 54 have an anxiety disorder. Um, Over 3 million men have a panic disorder, agoraphobia, or any other phobia. Now, agoraphobia is the phobia, I believe, when you can't go outside. Um, like you have anxiety just to step outside. So and then it says for bipolar disorder, 2.3 million Americans are affected by bipolar disorder. An equal amount of men and women develop this illness. The age of onset for men is between 16 to 25 years old. So when you're seeing all these, men and living their best life, most of them are not like happy with who they are, because they're still trying to figure out who they are. They're trying to figure out how their brain is working, and they have bipolar disorder. They don't even know, why they're snapping off or why they feel angry sometimes or why they feel low sometimes. And it's because no one said, hey, maybe go to a therapist, hey, maybe get some help. It's just like, he's okay. He's supposed to be aggressive. And that's the other misconception of, men have to always be aggressive. So you can't even detect bipolar disorder, depression, none of that because men are reared up to be men are reared up to be aggressive, So they're saying psychosis and schizophrenia. Approximately 3.5 million people in the U.S. are diagnosed with schizophrenia, and it is one of the leading causes of disability. 90% of people who are diagnosed with schizophrenia by age 30 are men. And then eating disorders. Males account for an estimated 10% of patients in anorexia or bulimia, and an estimated 35% of those with binge eating disorder. Men with eating disorders are less likely to seek professional help than women. That is because men either men are ashamed because they don't want to be like considered weak, but and it's just so much that we overlook when it comes to men's mental health. If you have a spouse and you see that something's not right, or you see that they're depressed, stop and hold a conversation with them, and see what's going on. If my husband, it seemed like he had a bad day, let's talk about it. What's going on with your bad day? Just like I would want him to reach out to me on a bad day, I feel like we need to highlight and pay more attention to what's going on with our men. We really, really do. Um, I thought they said fun fact. I'm like, this is not fun at all. Fast fact, suicide. The highest suicide rate in the U.S. are found in Caucasian men over the age of 85. To live to 85. And I don't even know, but have you noticed that some of the older celebrities, like when Don Cornelius like took his life, I was so shocked. Like I think he was like his late 70s, early 80s or whatever. Yeah, so the elderly is just like, forget it, I'm instead of pain, I'm out of here. And I think he was diagnosed with cancer, and he took his life. And on the rise, male suicides have been on the rise since 2000. Suicide is the seventh leading cause of death among males, accounting for 2.2% of all male deaths in 2011. Sexual orientation. Gay and bisexual men are more likely to develop mental health disorders than heterosexual men. Gay males are at an increased risk for suicide attempts, especially before the age of 25. And you kind of can get a sense of why that is. You know what I'm saying? Like, because parents are ostracizing them, so much discrimination, they just can't be them. And especially, I can understand them before age of 25. If you just think of high school and how mean the kids can be because you're different, you know what I'm saying? And you can't handle being different. You know what I'm saying? And it gets, I was bullied in high school. I don't think it was to the point of wanting to not be here anymore, but the bullying now is crazy because now you have like the cyber bullying now. I can only imagine what it's like to be a kid in this technological world. So if you see your kid like they used to be up and jittery and into their activities and stuff, and all of a sudden they don't want to do anything, pay attention to that kid. Pay attention to your son. Like our sons need just as many hugs as our daughters need. You know what I'm saying? Gender disparity. More than 4 times as many men as women die by suicide in the U.S. In 2010, a total of 38,364 Americans died by suicide, and over three-quarters, 79% of these suicides were men. And risk factors. Factors including social isolation, substance abuse, unemployment, military related trauma, that's a whole show by itself, genetic predisposition, and other mood disorders put individuals at a high risk for suicide. Hey, all it takes is a minute to just stop and ask your dude how he's doing. So many factors. Can't get a job because you might not have the credentials, or you might have made some poor decisions, so now your background check is stopping you from getting that job. Social isolation because you're not one of the guys, and so you can't fit in, you can't find friends, or somebody to relate to when you're going through what you're going through. Military related trauma. You come back into civilian world, but you wasn't properly prepared to return to civilian world. So now you don't even know how to function in the real world. Genetic predisposition. That's with, people will credit that to women when they're having mental disorders, but it also happens with men too, where they're just born with a predisposition, and they're just trying to find ways to combat that. Most of that when you are most of the people with mental health, or some people that I know, I won't say most, but some people that I know, they turn to, drugs, because it calms their mind down, especially if their mind is already going, you know what I'm saying? And that's why most people like marijuana, and why it should be legal everywhere, because it actually calms anxiety. It actually gives you a moment to think, you know what I'm saying? It's been reported to do that, at least, and um, excuse me, so in the mood disorders, like I said, you have some guys that are just angry and they can't control their emotions and they don't know why. You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that we need to look into the men, because they express their feelings different than women. We're gonna cry, they're gonna lash out, so it's nothing to just like hold their face and say, what is wrong with you? Okay, don't be that rough. But it's nothing wrong with asking everybody how they're doing, not just pinpointing the women, but asking the men how they're doing. And then substance abuse. We talked about this. So alcohol dependency. Approximately 1 in 5 men develop alcohol dependency during their lives. And sometimes when that alcohol get in there, that's when the abuse happened. And I'm not saying that, I'm not condoning, domestic violence, but what I am saying, what happened in that person's life for them to get angry like that? When women are in that situation, I always pray for both, because that dude was hurt. Yes, he hurt her and he bogus, but he needs help too. He needs help too. You know what I'm saying? Not only does she need the help to build herself back up, he needs the help to calm himself down. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what happened while he was growing up, and why he thought that was acceptable, or why he's angry, or why he's gaslighting. He needs to be in therapy, just like she needs to be in therapy. In therapy. You know what I'm saying? Gay and bisexual men, homosexual men are most likely to have higher rates of substance abuse than heterosexual men. Same thing what I said earlier, just not being accepted. And it's really a big thing in the black community, with homosexuality is not that welcomed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the pressures of not fitting in, you know what I'm saying? And just turn into substance abuse just so you can get through the day, or your family is like casting you out. Like, I just feel like there is nothing that my kid could do that can make me not talk to them. Just because you sleeping with the same sex, that doesn't seem like a good reason for me to just like relinquish all motherly duties. Like, I just don't understand that. And I didn't even notice, like, I mean, I know it's hatred out there, but I really saw it when that I think it was that Florida bombing at that gay bar like a couple of years back. And the responses, people would say, well, that's what they get for being homosexual. You're trying to tell me that's why a person died? They deserve to die because of that? I mean, it's just the hatred that spews out of people's mouth. Like, I don't think that people really understand how heavy weighted words are. Like, I just don't think you could speak life and death in somebody's somebody's life in 5 seconds. You don't know how on the edge they are. That's why it's just careful. Just be careful to treat everybody with respect. You know what I'm saying? And then the last thing, substance abuse is very prominent with military veterans. You know, male veterans, regardless of their form of service, experience nearly twice the rate of alcohol and drug use as women. And we all know this. These veterans are not taken care of when they come back. You know what I'm saying? They have the PTSD. They have trying to acclimate themselves back into civilian world, and the jobs that they had in the military sometimes don't translate into like real life jobs. So they're unemployed, and you know when they were in the military, they were big dogs. You know they had purpose, and then they come back to the United States and or wherever, and they don't have purpose. They don't have purpose. They have purpose, but they can't find their purpose because we all have purpose. I'll just restate that. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for them to acclimate themselves again. And they have beautiful families that miss them. And it's not that they don't miss their family. It's just hard for them to readjust to civilian world. So, you have these things and you have these issues with, within the mental health realm with men. And so I hope that this just brings awareness to all of the things that they're going through too. You know what I'm saying? It's just so many memes that I'm saying, well, if he's broke, then I'm not talking. If he's down, I want you already up and together. But are you all the way put together? You know what I'm saying? Like, can you stand on your own? Are you mentally strong? Are you financially set? Like, I just feel like it's just so much pressure, and we put so much on a man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying men don't put a lot on us, but I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about them. I'm talking about from their viewpoint as much as I can as a woman, because I can't really, like, if there was a man on this show, it would be easier to get an actual male purview. But just from reading this and just from seeing males that are really struggling and people are just laughing them off, and then when they hurt themselves or they're having issues with substance abuse, it's just kind of like, well, he shouldn't. No, somebody should have hugged that dude. Somebody should have talked to that dude. Somebody should have reached out to that dude. So that's all I'm saying about that. So let's just be mindful of that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just really, really, really be mindful of that. And before I move on to our last subject, I just want to go back to what I highlighted yesterday. I'm just going to show it on the screen. I said all the numbers yesterday, but I just want to show this on the screen when you do watch this, just so if you know somebody that needs some help, call these numbers. There's a number for suicide, bullying, self-harm, self-assault, Team Lifeline, grief support, depression, drugs and alcohol, eating disorders, mental health, and abuse. And if you want the numbers, the people that are listening on the audio, just click the YouTube link in the description box. And this is, I don't know what hour or minute this is. This is like the 28th minute. Just scroll to the 28th minute and you'll see these numbers on the screen. If you having trouble with any of this, or if you know anyone, if you know a guy that's having any trouble with this, please give them these numbers. Yes. Once again, just fast forward to the 28th minute and it'll pop up on here. Or yeah. So yeah. All right. So let's go to our next and last thing. So before we get into our next and last thing, we got some sponsors that we need to highlight this morning. So here we go. Shop at So Bomb Tresses to fulfill your hair beauty needs, as we bend 100% human hair in custom-made wigs. We also provide all textures and lengths to bring out the bomb in you. To keep up with our latest products, sign up on our newsletter at SoBombTresses.com and follow us on IG at SoBombTresses or Burrito Bomb.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Miss Metchi checking in, reminding you to shop my exclusive collection, Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi, where we've got shades and everything that you need to look fly. Oh, and we also offer accessories. So ladies, put a little bit of razzle dazzle in your collection today. Be sure to shop with me and follow on social media at Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi. Grab your products today at MissMetchi.com/shop.
okay. As you saw, we got a new sponsor up there. Lavish Looks by Miss Metchi. She sells like fancy lavish accessories and sunglasses. And we also make sure that you check out So Bomb Tresses, for those hair needs, getting them custom wigs and them 100% virgin hair bundles. So yes, thanks for our sponsors who pay the bills. Because these subscriptions cost you guys. I know, you see the StreamYard and all of this, and then for interviews, you got to use Zoom. Like, it is costly to have a podcast. It's costly to have a platform. I know a lot of people don't, think that it is, but it really is. So that's why a lot of content creators are like, hey, that's why they get sponsorship, or that is why they have the Cash App, because it does get expensive. All these little subscriptions, they do get expensive from time to time. But anyway, that is not a subject. So because I'll just keep talking about it. So our next our next topic. Joe Budden had energy for Cardi B, basically. That's basically what the end of this show is about. And let's hear what he has to say. Let me rewind it and pause it and then go to it. And this is brought to you by Mob Radio. I told you guys yesterday, I love the Mob. Okay, so let me cut this up, make sure you guys can hear it. There we go.
Loud voices.
That's all that matters.
Oh,
you might have been the biggest entity that.
And according to Cardi B, I hit you through back channels and asked you to delete the post, please. And you put your dick on it. You put your clit on the table. Nah. Well, okay. We'll do it your way. I have mad time because I'm not doing an album.
And mad money.
And I have all the money in the world, so much so, you see me every month trying to give it away. I'm giving Offset money. I'm buying a house over here, a house over here. I'm paying for funerals. The actions tell you what people are on. You was one of the loud voices.
That's all that matters. Oh, you might have been the biggest entity that.
And according to Cardi B, I hit you through back channels and asked you to delete the post, please. And you put.
So basically what he is saying, the context of the conversation is surrounding the Tasha K and Cardi B. His whole thing is, I am not an artist, and I have all the time in the world, but you are an artist and you should be making music. Like, instead of suing bloggers, you should be making music. That is his point in what he's saying. I know it wasn't clear, so. So, I don't know why he had to say that, why he had to single out. He gave Offset money. I don't know if it's because he brought up Cardi B, but anyway. So basically he is saying, make an album. You know what I'm saying? You have all this energy. Why don't you make an album instead of, suing bloggers? There's so much more effective things you could do with your money than waste it in legal battles. Now, granted, nobody could tell you what to do with your money, but he putting pressure on her. He's telling her, go to the studio. You're an artist. Cardi has released a couple of singles here or there, but her last album, I think it was 2019? It might have been right before the pandemic or whatever. Let me see. When was Cardi's? I liked a couple of songs. I never heard it in its entirety though. Invasion of Privacy came out April 6, 2018. So it has been a lot of years, about 4 years since she has released anything. And so everyone's just like, hey, we need you to, and he's not the only one that said that. A lot of people are waiting on her, to have an album and this and that. And, she responded. So let's get to what she said. This is also brought to you by Mob Radio. Let me go all the way back and pause it. And let me see. All right, so let's go and see what Cardi had to say about it, because what you're not going to do is play in Cardi's face. We all know that.
I heard something about me, and I don't like that. I don't know why.
Now, it is alleged that this is a response to Joe Budden, because she didn't specifically say that this is towards Joe Budden. So all of this is insinuation, FYI.
Motherfuckers, and practically was saying that I'm not doing anything because I don't have an album out. and all that shit. And I said, listen, if y'all want an album from me, just say that. But y'all not gonna motherfucking make me say about me or make me look, it's like I'm a lazy bitch. Because no bitch right now, nobody is overworking me. Nobody's overworking me. Right now, what I'm doing is setting for my motherfucking future, so I won't have to motherfucking work hard, work as hard as it comes, right? Like, I don't know what the fuck. I don't like that shit. First thing first, let me tell you something, right? I have a lot of business ventures. I know y'all been seeing the whip shots, and the whip shots are in so much high demand that we constantly freaking making marketing meetings about it. We constantly making marketing meetings about other business ventures that I got going.
So her whole point is, I might not have, anything, like, no, not any albums coming out or anything like that. However, I am working in the background. I am working.
And I got Reebok. I got Facebook that I had to reschedule because COVID as well has been fucking up with a lot of people's schedule. And not only that, right? I'm not one of these fucking moms. I'm not a fucking social media mom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a social media mom. I'm not like these fucking mothers out here. I'm not like these celebrity mothers neither. Like, bro, I really be with my kids. Okay? I really be with my kids.
So she's saying, in the background, I got business meetings, and also I am a mom. She just had a baby too.
Kids, and I really want to spend a lot of time with my kids. But guess what? When you spend a lot of time with your kids, you gotta pay a lot of attention. It's not like just a thing like, oh, I got my kid and I'm carrying. Oh yeah, let me give it to the nanny. It doesn't work like that. Okay? So yes, all the time I'm working. Today I worked. Yesterday I motherfucking worked. I was 2 weeks going to motherfucking court, having to wake up every single day at 6 a.m.
Now, granted, you sued her. not like here's the thing. She's saying she has like all of these things that's going on in her life. So she's like, I'm not sitting at home, eating bonbons and chilling. Like, I'm a mom. I have businesses. I have lawsuits, and she has more than one lawsuit going on. So she still has to go to court. You know what I'm saying?
p.m. having to go to sleep at 10 p.m. And then when I was off, recording.
So she is in the studio.
I'm not no lazy bitch, and I never been no lazy.
We know you're not lazy, Cardi.
Bitch, I love money too much, and I have too much shit going on. So don't fucking play with me, okay? Thank you.
I guess my issue sometimes with her is when people say something, she always feels like she has to defend herself. And my whole thing is, I was Cardi B. I ain't gotta explain nothing to you. Like, so what if you think I need to have an album? Lauryn Hill, bro, like one official album she's had, and people are still playing that album to date. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people who have one albums and they're like famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lauryn Hill is a staple. Now, I don't know if Invasion of Privacy is on the same level of Miseducation, because like I said, I've never actually heard the whole bit, but there are just some people that have like one album, and I stick to that one album, and they may have made 50 million of them, but that one album was just so dope. But to make it even with Cardi B, Lauryn Hill had one album. She had one album, and people still begging for her to make another one. I think she might have made like a second one or something, but I don't know. I don't know if it was advertised or whatever, but my whole thing is we're still living off that one album. So even if Cardi makes another album, she'll just maybe be known for Invasion of Privacy. Then a lot of people said maybe she don't think she can live up to the hype of Invasion of Privacy, and that's okay, because some people just have that one staple album, but she got a couple of bangers that's out there, that's not connected to an album. So it's just like, she's not, I do agree that she's not lazy, and everyone's challenging her to go into the studio, but, she said more about that, so maybe I should be quiet.
Okay, if y'all want like a fucking, y'all want music, say that, but don't fucking say that I ain't doing shit. Because every day I'm motherfucking working.
Now, I thought that was weird that she said if y'all want music, because you are a music artist too,
Working. Overwhelmingly working. Overwhelmingly working. Like, how I always say how I want to get a lipo so bad. I don't even have time for myself. My self time is lipo time, drinking, this and that. I don't even have time for that. That's how overwhelmed my schedule is. That shit be getting me tight, and it be men that be fucking assuming shit like that because.
And that's why people thought that right there is why people thought that she was responding to Joe Budden. That response right there. Just wanted to point that out.
They just don't have that responsibility that you have. Especially me. I have motherfucking 2 kids on top of the responsibilities that I have. And I don't want to waste no fucking time, because I felt like when I gave birth to my daughter, I felt like I was extremely overworked. I had to extremely go state to state, state to state, state to state, state to state, performing. I'm not trying to lose no time with mine.
She's trying to spend time with her kids while they're young. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
But I'm definitely working. Cardi ain't never been no lazy bitch. Thank you. If fans want to take a picture of me, take it now. Wait, hold on. Let me post for it, because y'all be posting ugly pictures of me in my life.
Thumbnails are so long.
I took it.
She
Took
does
it.
much.
Oh shit! I didn't even have earrings on today. I knew I had no fucking earrings on today. Oh yes, I did.
Oh, never mind. Okay, so that's the end of it. So basically she's saying, look, I'm working. You get an album when you get an album. I'm doing other things. But if you notice, a lot of music artists are kind of like rearing away from the music industry. Like, Rihanna became a billionaire by doing the makeup and the lingerie. And congratulations to Rihanna, by the way. She's pregnant. You know what this all means, you guys? No album. That's what it means. Okay, let me go back to being happy for Rihanna. I'm joking, but not. But I'm really excited for her and ASAP Rocky. They make such a cute couple. But there are a lot of artists out there that are just like, kind of running away from the music industry, and they're starting to do other things, get into other ventures, because that's where the money is. They don't have to work as hard. They don't have to be burnt out. I don't know if you remember last year, Doja Cat was saying how she was burnt out. We talked about Ari Lennox last week, where she's just over, the semantics and the politics that comes along with the music industry. So a lot of people are trying to venture out into new avenues, to make money where it's less stress and money can be made for them in their sleep versus them having to tour and things like that. Now, when it comes to the fans feel like they're left out, because it's like, man, we need more music. We want you on the stage, we want you to tour, but these artists is like, you ain't finna run me. So that's basically what Cardi was saying. So what do you think about anything that we talked about today? Just be sure to leave it in the comments. If you are on YouTube, that subscribe button is like right there. It's like right in front of your face. And next to it is the thumbs up. And then next to it is the notification. I believe I said it in order. My point is, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button, please. Also, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, which is up there on the top of the screen. Please remember, there's never an inopportune time to be yourself. And until tomorrow, don't forget to be kind to yourself and each other. Bye. Is it in?